If you've ever searched what's the best diet, then you already know the problem. Everyone swears they have found the answer. Paleo, keto, vegan, Mediterranean. You can pick a team if you'd like. I don't have a dog in this fight, and honestly, I don't recommend any of them. Here's my take after 17 years of coaching thousands of real people. There's no one-size-fits-all diet. Experts usually promote what works for them, and while well-meaning, they can just make you more confused. The only human diet that I'll argue for is real food and not processed food. Everything else is customization. What does that mean? So there are three big reasons that these named diets let people down. The first is bio-individuality. We each have our own unique mix of genetics, microbiome, and stress. Your gut bugs, enzymes, and hormones decide what you actually do well with. Two people can eat the same perfect meal and have opposite results. The second is food sensitivities, not just bad foods or labeling that it's all carbs or all fat. It could be this grain or this oil or that oil. It could be nightshades. It could be oxalates. See, labels like Mediterranean or keto are just too broad to catch the nuance that your body needs. The third is lifestyle context. Your sleeping, training, travel, stress, all change what your body can handle this month. Your best diet in January may not be your best diet in June. It helps to have your labs run, especially for food sensitivities and gut health. I'm a big proponent of having a health dashboard, but when it comes to determining the best diet for you, we can do that without labs. I've been doing it for years. You may have seen headlines from that vegan versus omnivore twins study. The internet rushed to crown a winner. I've watched all the debates of carnivore versus vegan. Why does everything seem to be so divided and such a competition, and everyone wants to be right? And here's the point that most people miss. None of those outcomes equal your biology. And even within that study, there were body composition differences that didn't make the headlines. But that's not even the point. We need to stop looking outside of ourselves for the answer. See, here's my philosophy and my experience. You, and only you, live in your body. When did we start giving our power away to someone else to tell us what's best for our body? You think because someone has a degree, a white coat, or a book that they know what's right for you? A childhood friend recently told me he worries about America because we don't trust the science. Well, let me remind you that the foundation of science is observation. And while every camp is out there battling it out, I take individuals through a science experiment so they can find what works for them. And when someone asks me what diet do I follow, I tell them I follow the Lisa diet. And when they ask me what diet I recommend for them, I say the, insert your name diet. And I've shocked people with this response and even gotten some of my best clients that way. Because when you outsource your diet based on the latest headlines, it's really like throwing spaghetti at the wall. We can use these studies as clues, but definitely not commandments. If there's one diet that I'll defend for, it's just eat real food. Real food is better for blood sugar, feeds our microbiome, lowers inflammation, gives your cells the raw material that they need to repair. Ultra-processed foods do the opposite. There are ultra-processed vegans and ultra-processed omnivores, and the processing is the problem. When I first read Natalia Rose's book, Raw Food, Life Force, Energy, it made me stop and consider that we eat for life force energy, not to fill our stomach, to feel full, but to truly bring life force into our body. And processing strips out that life force. So here's my practical calm your nervous system approach. 1, just start with real food. Build every meal with protein, fat, fiber, add some colorful plants, add a variety. Stay tuned. Tune into your body to see how you feel. Some examples might be eggs or salmon or grass-fed burger. Make a grass-fed burger patty or a lentil patty with a big salad and avocado. Make a stir fry. Add some vegetables to that. Add a side of rice if you can tolerate it. Grains are one thing that we often test when I work with clients. Remove the obvious industrial oils and the packaged frankenfoods. Keep ingredients recognizable. You can run an elimination protocol on yourself. Temporarily pull the most common agitators like gluten, industrial seed oils, sugars, You might also want to try pulling eggs, soy, nightshades. You're not banishing these foods forever. You're running a controlled experiment to reduce the baseline inflammation and then listen for signals. It requires a structured reintroduction. Bring back one food at a time. Keep the rest constant. Track your energy, your mood, your focus, digestion. See how your skin looks. How are you sleeping? If a food triggers bloating or brain fog or cravings or skin issues, that's data. It's not drama, and it also doesn't mean that it's forever. Personalize your carbs and your fats by response, not ideology. If you crash after high carb meals, you may thrive with a lower glycemic carb. Eat beans or berries if you can tolerate them. More protein, healthy fats. And if you feel flat on low carb, titrate in some quality carbs around activity. Vegans prioritize complete proteins and consider the leucine thresholds. Omnivores prioritize quality and diversity, not just animal quantity. For our microbiome, aim to get a variety of plants. I do recommend eating local and in season for the best results. Include some fermented foods if you can tolerate them, like sauerkraut or kefir. Make sure you chew thoroughly. Finish your dinner with ample time before bed. And adding a post-meal walk will actually flatten those glucose spikes. Watch the signals like a pro, like I would. Your best diet is the one that improves your KPIs. How is your energy, your focus, your mood, digestion, sleep? How are you recovering? And what are your cravings like? If those are trending up, then you're on track, even if your plan doesn't have a trendy name. If your symptoms are louder, you have bloating after healthy meals, afternoon crashes, brain fog, a reactive mood, diet labels won't fix that. Root cause thinking will. This is where my systems approach comes in. We map your patterns. Then if needed, we look at KPIs. We look at your labs. We confirm what the body is telling us. We look at gut inflammation, blood sugar variability, nutrient status. We look at your cortisol rhythm. Helped people reset through my detox program for 17 years. And I can tell you, when you align food with your biology, the body stops shouting. We can let the internet waste time arguing paleo versus vegan. You've got business to run, a brain to protect, and a life to live. Empower yourself and get a coach that will empower you. Principles to keep you sane. Real before rules. Just remember, food quality beats any rules that anyone has given you. Data over dogma. If reintroducing sourdough wrecks your afternoon, then you have your answer. Seasons, not prisons. Your needs are going to change. Training cycles, stress, travel, hormones. It's why I teach a system. Life is busy and we get out of sync. So when you quiet the noise and listen to your body's KPIs, food stops being a battle and becomes life force energy. If you want help mapping this when it makes sense, we'll review your KPIs together and build your personal playbook. But let go of the labels, choose real food, and personalize the rest. And if this brought you some relief, share it with a friend who's exhausted by the diet wars, and subscribe for more health intelligence for high performers.